What's your reaction when you hear the word accounting? Some of you might be immediately bored by the idea of it, while others are intimidated. I'm sure there's a handful of you that has started doing some research into accounting, while others are putting it off because you're going to figure it out when you're older. The first thing I want to say is that accounting is not something that you should be intimidated by. It really is basic when you start to break it all down. And that leads me into the second thing I want to say. The fundamentals of accounting is something that everybody should know. Why is that? Well, our economy has a large part in determining what happens in our world, and business is what pushes the economy. Think about accounting as a language of business. So in this context, you can probably agree that being fluent in this language is extremely advantageous. The third thing I want to say is that accounting is not necessarily boring. If that's a perception you have, just bear with me through this video series, because you'll see that accounting is just like telling a story. It can really be a beautiful thing. I'm sure you have a general idea of what accounting is. It's basically dealing with money, right? Well, you're not wrong. That is what accounting is. But did you know that good accounting practices are the backbone of a company? That's right. It's from our accounting information and accounting processes that we make all of the major decisions in a business. That's why it's so important that we do our accounting properly. The person who does all of the accounting for a company is called an accountant. Their job is to determine and communicate the value of a company. When people know how valuable something is, why it's valuable, and the exact amounts of value that it holds, they can use all of that to make the important decisions. So, what an accountant does is measure, record, and communicate the value of a company. Now I'm going to take a step back here and focus in on our key word, value. Now you know you're dealing with value, but what exactly does that mean? Well, simply put, value is the worth of something. What we consider valuable changes case by case. For me, I consider my glasses valuable because it lets me see different things. I consider this shirt valuable because I think it makes me look really cool, although some of you might disagree with that. So think about it for a second. What are the things that you consider valuable? Why do you think they're valuable? Now let's push ourselves forward a little bit here. Think about what a business would consider valuable. Why are those things important to them? An example of something a business would think is valuable is equipment. It means something to them because they use equipment to make all of the different products. Something else a business considers valuable might be cash. It means something to them because they can use it to buy a bunch of different awesome things. So now you know that we're dealing with value here, and you have a good idea of what exactly that means. The next question that we need to answer is, how do we communicate value? Well, in accounting, we keep it simple and consistent. We assign value to different things in dollars and cents, and that's how we communicate it. Just now I told you that these glasses are very valuable to me. Now you know that it's valuable, but when I tell you that it's worth $200 to me, then you have a good idea of how valuable it is. Same with this shirt. You know that it's something that I value. When I tell you that I'd pay $50 for it, now you know how valuable I consider it. I feel like I've said value over 100 times in the last few minutes. But again, this is the foundation of accounting. What an accountant does is determine and communicate the value of their company. Since you're going to be filling these shoes, you have to determine how we're going to communicate what information about your company in the JA Company program. In the next few videos, we're going to break it down and teach you the techniques to do exactly that. I'll see you in the next one.